Some things are just meant to be together. A white t-shirt, pair of blue jeans, peanut butter and jam, or jelly for my American brethren, Charlie Sheen, and every single white powder under the sun. And then there are some things that don't go so well together. Pineapple and pizza. You may say that's debatable, but it's a hill I'm willing to die on. Alcohol, phones and exes, from bitter experience. Leonardo DiCaprio and appropriately aged women. To that list, I'm going to add raw denim and summer. But maybe, just maybe, this pair from Benzak Denim Developers, maybe that's going to change all that. So today we're going to dive into what makes them a potential game changer for summer. And along the way, we're going to learn a load about vintage workwear and denim history. But just why is raw denim a bad idea in summer? I mean, straight off the rack, raw denim has all the comfort levels of a Ryanair flight. And here's why it is usually a terrible idea when the temperatures get a little bit higher. It's heavy as hell. Raw denim starts around about 12 ounces, can go up to 25. That's thick, stiff cotton acting like a heat trap. In summer, the sun beats down on your dark denim. You're basically roasting in a denim oven. Then number 2, no breathability. Raw denim, it isn't pre-washed, it's not broken in. It doesn't breathe all that well. And sweat just sits there, there's no airflow, and that just means it's swamp balls, let's be honest. Number 3, you've got heat, you've got that dark indigo, and that's going to end up with salty white sweat stains. If you're in the no wash for 6 months phase, let's just say it's going to get funky fast. And number 4, you've got friction and chafing. Sweaty skin plus that heavy rough denim, it's going to end up with a lot of friction, and not the good kind of friction. The good kind of friction that you're not getting because you smell like a yak. Expect denim burn, maybe behind the knees, inner thighs. It's going to be uncomfortable. Again, trust me, I know this from bitter experience. And number 5, we've got color transfer. I mean, raw denim bleeds, and if you're sweating through it, it bleeds more. All of these things together just means you are going to regret it. I can tell you this from bitter experience. You could tough it out for the fades, but really, unless you're doing this kind of denim head for life thing, it's really not worth the sweat and the suffering. Okay, I mean, how are these here jeans? How are they going to fix that? I mean, that's simple. Lightweight denim. Most raw denim hovers around the 14 ounce mark. These are just 10 ounces. Quick explanation to that. 10 ounce denim means that the fabric weighs 10 ounces per square yard. These days, that's almost a shirting weight. Denim nerds, they might scoff at this, but they shouldn't. Right, let's rewind. If you go back, way back to when men were men and men were miners and miners wore denim. The denim those miners wore was around 9 to 10 ounces, and it was 9 to 10 ounces for a number of reasons. The first reason is simple. It was just workwear. As well as there was miners, the denim was made for railroad workers, farmers, laborers. It was worn all day, every day in really brutal conditions. There was no AC, there was no mercy. 10 ounce was plenty tough enough, and it was also breathable. The heavier weights would have been impractical, less movement, and heavier when wet, heavier when you're sweating through it. And the second reason to this is that old loom tech, so old school shuttle looms, the ones that make Salvage denim, they weren't built to handle that super heavy yarn. The technology back then lent itself to producing lighter, more flexible fabrics. And this moves on to point 3, and that's affordability and mass production. Lighter denim equals less cotton per square yard, equals cheaper to produce. Back then, denim wasn't a fashion flex, it was just sturdy, functional clothing for the working class. Number 4 is going to resonate with the hardcore denim heads out there. People didn't wash their clothes as often. And yes, I hear all you no-wash guys nodding in agreement. But then they didn't have washing machines either, or modern dentistry, or antibiotics, or Netflix. Do you also want to give up those? Progress is good, most of the time. And so is washing your jeans. The point I'm trying to make here is that raw denim wasn't some fetishized thing. They'd wear it into the ground, and the lighter denim softened up faster, which made it more comfortable sooner. And then number 5, we're talking heavyweight denim is a modern niche. Today's 14 ounce, 18 ounce, 25 ounce denim, that is modern denim culture. It's a niche market driven by nerds, collectors, fade fanatics, and masochists. It's less about practicality, it's more about style and storytelling, the subculture around all of this. I mean, these are all good things, but don't scoff at the 10-ounce denim. If men in denim built America, then it was 10-ounce denim that they were wearing while they were doing it. Right, so do we agree that lightweight denim is better in the hotter months? If not, just let me know in the comments below. But what else makes these ideal for the summer? Well, for this, Benzak borrow once again from the workwear of yesteryear. Denim garments used 100 plus years ago were physically wider in cut, especially in the legs, and there are a few key reasons why denim back then was baggier or wider than we see today. The first one is pretty simple. It is function over form. Early denim was workwear, not fashion. Worn by these aforementioned miners, the railroad workers and cowboys, people needed that freedom of movement. Wider fits meant more room to bend, to squat, or to hammer and haul stuff. Baggier jeans also improved airflow, and I mean that's huge for the guys working 10, 12 hours shifts in the baking hot sun. Then number two is also one for the nerds. It is single shrink and there's no stretch. Old denim wasn't pre-shrunk or sanforized. It was made extra big knowing that they shrink in the first wash, sometimes a full size or more. Plus, no elastane or stretch fibers. All the movement had to come from the cut and the drape, not the stretch. Now, the third reason is durability. And that doesn't just come from denim being a tough fabric. It also comes from having room to move. More fabric equals more durability. If the jeans were too tight, tension would cause blowouts in the crotch or tears in the knees. Roomier fits reduced wear at stress points like the knees and the crotch. Then number four, it was garment layering, and not layering like you think nowadays. Many workers would wear long johns or wool pants underneath the denim in the cold weather, and the jeans had to fit over those layers. It's like the original version of a pair of shell pants. Reason number five brings us back to the limitations of the technology at the time, the loom technology. The shuttle looms used to make salvage denim, they produced quite a narrow bolt of fabric, usually 28 to 32 inches wide, and this meant that the patterns had to be laid out efficiently, and this encouraged straighter, wider cuts with less tailoring and fewer curves. And reason number six, I mean, let's remember that slim fits is a modern fashion thing. The skinny jeans wasn't a thing till the late 20th century. I mean, back in the day, it was all about functionality, longevity, and mass production efficiency. So that in a whole is a little bit of denim history, but it also speaks to the functionality and the practicality of this particular pair of jeans for the summertime. Now we're going to talk about the nerdy little details. These have a relaxed fit. They have a tilted top block. I don't know what that means either, but it sounds good. They're straight leg, which is classic, easy, we'll get to that. They have a curved two-piece waistband. I do know what this means, and I do know that you don't need to know unless you already do. Do you? Right, then onto the denim. 10-ounce Japanese selvage denim. Now we're talking. The 10-ounce antique, see, antique, old, it's in the name. Anyway, antique indigo selvage. It's woven by Collect Mills in Koyama, and it recreates the lightweight, deep indigo denim typical of the 19th century workwear we've been talking about. If we look here, we have this half selvage construction. I hear you say, what is all that about? Or at least the voices in my head say that. To minimize fabric waste, Benzak don't doggedly stick to cutting out the front and back panels along the selvage edge. They make the very best use of the fabric. You can find this feature in old school workwear as well. I think, who was it? Was it Dean or Brando? I think it was James Dean. His lees that he was wearing were made in the same way. I mean, if it's good enough for Dean, then it's good enough for you and me, right? The Salvage ID is plain white. That's authentic to pre-1930s denim. Levi's didn't introduce that famous red line selvage until the late 1930s with their XX denim. The denim's raw, but sanforized, so you'll still get that crisp raw denim feel, if you like that. And you'll also get the bonus of having minimal shrink. Great, because these are going in the wash before I start wearing them, because I want them to be a little bit softer. They're 100% cotton, no stretch at all. All the comfort has to come from the fit and the fabric weight. Cotton, poly, core, that sounds like a Williamsburg fashion trend. Anyway, cotton, poly, core, spun threads. That just means that they're more durable than cotton thread. That makes sense. Now, you've got white stitching, which is not traditional for jeans, but it is for classic vintage workwear. And that ties nicely into the fabric and the color and the story Benzak's trying to tell here. They've got this Jackrom patch, which is like a papery fox leather, which is authentic to denim, but it honestly wouldn't be my first choice. Given all these nods to old school workwear, I'd have preferred to see a real leather patch, or even what would be really cool would be a fabric patch like the old Levi's 201s. Buttons and rivets are black coated, stainless steel and alloy. Copper rivets have worked? Maybe, but this monochrome hardware ties into the whole look, or ties the whole look together, should I say, and copper might have just clashed a little bit too hard with that. Pocket bag and construction are cotton poly fabric, like the threads, and that's just for durability. And in the inside, the work is super clean. It looks great. Now, let's bring it back to the fit. This is Benzak's roomiest cut yet, which is great for me because I too am roomier these days. It also fits with the current mood in menswear, with wider cuts, more comfort, less restriction, and this is Benzak's go at it. Benzak have always nailed fits. I mean, the founder, Len, he set out to combine the Japanese denim craftsmanship and culture with fits that work for European body types. This is just the latest evolution of that. Let me show you, that's simpler. Tilted top block. Okay, now I see what he means. It's got a more dramatic difference between the front and back rise. It's more ergonomic and more comfortable through the hips and thighs. And the relaxed thighs carry straight down the leg. It's easy to move. I mean, look at this, I can bend, which is just, it's good for life, not just for summer.